Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony for Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the new Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger. And this is this the first female one I'm reviewing from this line? I think it is. And that's kind of interesting, but it is mostly the same as all the other ones. Honestly, it has all the same problems and all the same good things. But that's how Hasbro does things. They tend to be consistently inconsistent about certain things. So there's some good, some bad. Let's go ahead and take it off the stand and take a closer look. This figure stands just shy of 6 inches, which makes it pretty close to, let's say, a little over 15 centimeters. I know those aren't exact comparable measurements, but you get a close enough idea. And so this figure, like I said, first female, I think that's pretty well skilled there. Maybe you guys can't tell, but it is very much on the purple side of pink. In at least some places, primarily the chest. Not so much the limbs, but still kind of the limbs. She's very close to like a fuchsia rather than a straight up pink, which is not great. Definitely should be more on the pink side of things. Way too much blue in this pink. Somebody got confused when I said one time there's too much, the blue is too yellow. Like, blue can't be yellow. If you mix colors, if you mix yellow to blue, what do you get? Green. So if the blue is too green, there's too much yellow in the blue. Similar to this, you have too much blue to pink, it turns purple. She's very close to purple in some places. Not great. Not absolutely terrible depending on your lighting. Again, I can't do anything about how your lighting will make the figure look. My lighting is color corrected. This is the most neutral way to review a figure. If you're having incandescent lights or halogen lights or any other kind of light, you may see a different representation of the color in real life. There's nothing I can do to test every type of the millions of combinations of lights and color temperatures. But this is color corrected for daylight, which is the way you do it. So, whatever you see here is as neutral as it can be. It may vary for you, just to be clear. Now, as far as the actual quality goes, other than the color accuracy of the pink and consistency, we have some issues. There's nice detail work in the belt. However, the belt itself, because it's on top of the pink skirt piece, and they didn't do a good job painting it, the belt and the holster are both pink. Looks like she washed her belt and holster in the wash with the rest of her pink outfit, and that's not a good thing. The white parts that are molded are all fine though, that's good. The pink paint job is probably a closer color to the right pink for her boots, but very nice and clean. The painted arms, while not perfectly matching, much cleaner than some of the other Rangers that we've seen, this upper part of the forearm, so that's good. The helmet is pretty well done. It does still have a little bit of that glossy finish to the white part. The pink part though is more of a matte. Not sure about the actual shape of the helmet. It seems a little bit off, but not well, it looks pretty long front to back, doesn't it? From the front, it's not that accurate. They're not really nailing the helmet sculpts, I gotta be honest. It's not great. It's not terrible, but it's not great. And then the paintwork, again, down here is not good. So, yeah, it's not terrible, but it's not a particularly good showing for the aesthetic. Her skirt also sits very high up. I can't get it to get any lower. I don't know what they were doing. They very much half-assed this figure. The skirt should not be that high up. I can't get it any lower, and it screws up the diaphragm, or the ab crunch, whatever. Okay, so aesthetically, it gets a 6. It's not very good. As far as accessories go, we have the 2 bow holding hands of Commander in the package, then we have a karate chop hand and a fist hand. We do have her bow, which has the very minimal paint job on it that's not very clean and it's pretty ugly. Does have the ability to snap to the other weapons. I guess we already saw that though in the exclusive 2-pack. We do get an arrow, which is, it's okay. And then we get a light up arrow thingy, which is super cool. I love it. Nice and transparent. Very cool looking. Love that. Then we get her blade blaster, which only comes in gun form, which I hate. Also, at this time, it's silver. Oh, what's up with that? All the other ones have been white, haven't they? So this one's silver and red. Very strange. And then we get the Amy Jo Johnson head, which from some angles is like, hey, that's really good. And then other angles, it's like, oh my god, it's gonna steal my soul. What's going on there? So I think if I was her, I wouldn't like this. If this level of accuracy is what somebody made a figure of me to look like, I would be displeased. But again, from some angles, it's not bad. Other angles, it's disgusting. So, accessory-wise, I'm going to go with a straight-up 7. Right down the middle on the good side. Not really. Close. You get what I'm saying. They're not good accessories, but they're certainly not bad, and they have the potential to be good. They just aren't. Maybe you didn't get that. I wouldn't have gotten it from that. Whatever. Anyway, moving on to the articulation. The head can lean up, which is nice. It can lean down a little bit, which is okay. Rotation is okay. Any attitude? Just a little bit. Butterfly joint is usable, so that's good. Full rotation out of the shoulder. The hinge, I cannot get to move. On this side it works. On this side it doesn't. I hate it when they do that offset shoulder, by the way. A little bit is fine, but doing it completely gives you lymphatic cancer of the armpit. That is not good. I don't like that. It does allow for the arms to go straight down, but as you can see, you don't even need to have it as offset as it is. You really don't need the arms to go perfectly straight down. Some kind of nice medium would have been good. The diaphragm joint on this figure is butts compared to the previous releases. This one is ugly, and it doesn't function anywhere near as well. You can rotate it, but as soon as you lean it, you see a flat spot and a gap. It's terrible. It also has almost no range. So even with the minimal range, it's really, really ugly. So that's not good. Back to the arms, we have a fine elbow bend, a little bit better than 90. You get your rotation there. Wrists have a swivel and a hinge. Okay, down here we have our ab crunch, which it leans back, but I can't get it to lean any farther forward. And I don't think it's even because of this. I think it's just the way it's designed. So her torso articulation is really bad. Her skirt is a separate piece, but I can't get it to go any lower. It's not low enough. It's really not well done at all. But because it's so high, it doesn't really impede articulation too much. Her leg can go almost all the way forward. Doesn't really go back. Out to the side is fine. You do get a thigh swivel, double jointed knees, boot swivel, ankle hinge is fine. That's really good. And then you get your swivel hinge right there. So some parts of it are just dandy, but the other parts are really bad. So this is not a good showing, honestly. Very disappointing, actually, that they pretty much ruined Pink Ranger. I'm going to say the articulation gets only 6. Torso is really bad. Torso is just really, really bad. So 6. Maybe 7. I could go 7. Alright, so final verdict on this figure, probably the weakest one so far. I don't think they've had a worse release, except for maybe if you want to count the putty from the 2-pack, but other than the face not being painted, that was pretty much what it was supposed to be, so I can't really fault them there. I think this is a pretty terrible release overall. There are some aspects of it which are fine, but as a whole, unless you're completing the set, which you are, and they know that, and that's probably why they don't care, it's really not worth buying. It's not that good. So I'm only going to give it a 6 out of 10 as the final verdict. 6 out of 10, very disappointed. This line started off so strong, and now it's just like they've got it hooked, got us hooked, and I think they're tapering off. That's what it feels like. You guys can let me know what you think, but this is not an impressive release at all. So there it is. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. If you haven't subscribed, you probably should, because I have new videos up just about every single day, and thousands are already on the channel, so make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.